Happy New Year. So welcome to 2019, and excited to be here today and talk about a couple individuals. Really excited about naming Kane Womack as our new defensive coordinator, obviously a member of our staff currently, and very excited about the opportunity this creates for him to be able to lead our defense. You know, obviously from my perspective, very encouraged by his knowledge of what we do on our defensive side of the ball and our experiences together and learning the system together and growing and sharing lots of ideas along the way, even the years when I was here and at different places and he was being a coordinator as well, and just sharing lots of ideas and being able to kind of grow and to develop it kind of together in some ways. And so then brought him here a year ago and to be able to bring him along through our system and someone that knows it inside and out and from the front end to the back end. And so that's really this allows me to be able to move to a more involved role as the head coach of the whole team and be able to, I believe, be more effective as a leader and a motivator of both sides of the football and special teams. And so give me the time to do that. I'm still going to be very involved defensively in the game planning and the scheming and all the things that we do, even on the sideline, but also need to be able to be more involved with the whole group. And so really feel that give me that flexibility to even recruit better during the season, things that I feel I need to do and will have the time to do when I don't have to be being the primary play caller. So really excited about that. Also very thankful to Mike DeBoer for his time with us. Just can't say enough about what he's meant to me personally and to my family, and just a quality person that leaned on a lot over the years, and really enjoyed our 2 years together here and all his hard work. I really appreciate that and the foundation that he helped us lay here in these first 2 years of our program and to build a strong foundation for our future. So really wish Mike and his wife Deb nothing but the best in the future as they enjoy some quality time together for his retirement. I know he's earned it. 37 years of coaching, as we always talk about. Coaching years can be something like dog years, you know, so they kind of have a tendency to put a little more age on you, you know, because of the stress and the lack of sleep you sometimes get and all the hours in recruiting. So just really appreciate Mike and all that he means. Just want to wish you nothing but great happiness the rest of the time. So any questions you have, I'll take them at this time.
Go ahead, Zach.
I guess just Kane's familiarity with the defense, not just from last year, but I imagine working with something similar through his career. Just how important is that for you in terms of maybe transitioning just the day-to-day responsibilities, I guess?
It is. It's really important to me because, you know, I kind of look at it like, you know, I'm not relinquishing the defense. You know, I just feel like that we're going to be in it together. Now, he's going to call it, you know, and that's going to be his responsibility. But it's different to me from the offense to defense. And so, you know, the defensive side of the ball, I will still be in there with those guys and helping them and together working. And so the fact that we're all on the same page is critical. You know, he'll put his own personality on things, and he's going to be the defensive coordinator for sure. But I will definitely be involved with the defense. And so, but so you got to have a guy that you really trust, that knows, you know, the ins and outs and knows the whys of the defense. And that's the thing that's different and unique about Kane. And you know, we started coaching together, you know, back at Ole Miss and on the same staff, and I learned this system from his dad, and just really when I left and went on to South Florida, he'd already left and gone on to be a defensive coordinator prior to that at both Eastern Illinois and then South Alabama. And so during all that time, we talked a lot, you know, and probably during the season, that's the one person I would call and talk to about bounce ideas off and hey guys, do this, hey guys, doing that. He'd do the same thing with me and do it in the off season. And so just that over time just built a lot of trust, you know, about what we were doing and the similarities of how we kind of, you know, took the base system and then kind of just, you know, changed it over the years, you know, and then I obviously adapted it to the places I've been. He did the same. And so, I mean, bringing him here last year is a chance to be able to be on the same page with terminology and just everything, you know. So I think it's just kind of a unique situation for that and just gave me a lot of comfort. Just felt like it was the right time, you know, to be able to make this transition. So I'm excited about it.
Mike,
At what point during the season did you kind of decide, hey, this is something I need to start looking at kind of delegating?
You know, I think I kind of had started it maybe a year ago when you get deep in the year and you're really in the heart of your game planning and you're watching film and then things happen. you know, you got to go be a head coach, and you got to go handle this situation, you got to go handle that situation, and your day just gets pushed back further and further, and then you end up doing, you still have to get certain things done to be able to be prepared to call it. And so I'd say probably first year that happened, and then this second year, you know, those things continue to happen, so you just kind of get to the point where you just feel like, you know, it would be ideal to be able to, you know, still, especially heavy early in the week, you do some game planning things, but as the week wears on and you really get past Wednesday, there's so much film I watched to get ready to call the defense and call the game that, you know, those times, those nights just kept getting, you know, deeper and deeper and longer, and getting started later, and the nights got shorter, you know, just getting your body ready to be what you want to be on game day physically. So I think it's just kind of over time, you know, and I just felt like that this was a good time to do it.
Mike Miller.
How does it maybe change your approach on game days, now that you don't have to maybe focus as much on defense and making changes?
Yeah, I think I'll be, you know, I felt more comfortable year 2 than I did year 1, you know, in handling that role, but I think it will be even easier and better to be able to manage the game. You know, I really want to be, you know, more involved with that part of it and grow even this whole off season with just, you know, my development, studying a lot of game situations and just being able to be a really good manager of the clock and manager of the total game as it's going on in all 3 phases, you know. So, you know, instead of having to go back and, you know, I spent less time, if you even notice this year as you watch this play, you know, Kane would handle a lot of the adjustments, you know, and I would be able to go and focus on to be on the sideline with the offense, you know. And so that's already kind of started. I was not able to do that year 1, and so, but now I will be able to just totally kind of relinquish that and just be able to have the headset on to be able to know what adjustments are being made, but at the same time, let those guys completely handle it. And I have tremendous confidence in Mark Hagan with the front, and, you know, Casey with the back end, and Brandon with the back end as well. And so just a great group of guys that's been together with me for several years now, you know. So, but I just think the game day for me, I just expect it to be, you know, really the best that I've done yet. I expect that more out of myself on that, and be able to just do a great job of really, you know, managing the game, you know, as the head coach.
Peaks.
When you brought Kane in, was it in the back of your mind this might happen someday, given his defensive coordinator background?
I think so, you know, and you know, as he and I talked, and I didn't really know, you know, didn't put like a timetable on it, because you don't want to always kind of paint yourself into a corner, but yeah, I think that there's something that for sure, you know, we thought about and thought would be a good next step for both individuals. You know, I think he was ready for that, and he wanted to have a guy that's called it before, you know, at the Division I level, which he has, and did a great job. I always talk about the fact that when I got here, you know, when we were, you know, really trying to get the culture changed defensively, and we were, you know, one of the top teams in the country, number 1 in some areas. Well, his was defense. He was turning around. South Alabama was like right there with us, you know, and so he was doing the same thing at his place, you know, and so you know, I cut my teeth out. South Florida, that was my first Division I coordinator job, and he got his first Division I coordinator job at South Alabama in a similar situation. So very similar, you know, opportunities that we've been given, and he actually left our staff as a GA, went right to Eastern Illinois as a D coordinator, which is very unusual to do that. He's he might have been the youngest in the country at the time. I know he was the youngest Division I D coordinator when he was at South Alabama. So you know, a young man that was around the game a lot, coach's kid just like myself, and I think that sometimes speeds up the learning process just because you're around it so much, and it's part of just what you're raised around and your lifestyle and how you think, you know. So I've enjoyed having his dad. He came and watched us play several times. You know, Dave was here at most of our games, and just enjoyed it. He was, you know, pretty relaxed on the sideline when we were pretty stressed out, so it's kind of unusual to see him in that role, but just neat to have him around for sure.
Anything else? Andy?
A little off topic here, but in terms of offensive coordinator, do you have any timetable in mind that you would prefer on that?
Well, you know, I don't have a timetable. I'm not going to give hey, by this certain date. You know, I don't want to drag this out. You know, I think that we'll be very efficient with it, and we've already been very aggressive, you know, with the process. So I'd say as soon as possible, you know, within the time frame of being able to be effective. You know, I don't think you rush things. You know, I want to get the best individual for sure for the position. It's an extremely important hire for us, but I just want to get it done as soon as possible.
Matt, and then Jim.
When you brought in Coach to the board, you mentioned how you want an experienced guy who, you know, kind of been around the block and had all. Is that a prerequisite? I mean, I'm sure you want a play caller, but I mean, is going a younger guy, older guy, does it really matter?
No, I would say, you know, it was really critical when I first got here, you know, for sure to have, you know, a guy that had really been, you know, mature in that role, I think, because of me being so, you know, knowing that I was going to be solely diving into the defense and staying on as the DC. And I mean, I will say this, one thing that is important to me is to have, you know, a guy that's been a Division I defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. I want a guy that's called plays, you know, at this level. I just think that not necessarily in this conference per se, but that would be the ideal. You know, I just think that the guy that's been there and done that would be important for sure, because I still feel like, you know, when I go through and I think about these two roles, you know, this is a guy, and my challenge is I want to hire a guy as the head coach of the offense, and that's how I'm going to, you know, present it to him, and that's how I have presented to individuals I've spoken with, and so I just think that because of my role on defense and role on special teams, which is the two areas I feel like I'll be the most involved in as the head coach with the new structure that we have, and then the individual that's going to be running the offense will be a guy that's called plays before. Don't know, you know, I don't have to say I have certain age parameters on that, but I would just say a guy that's definitely been a coordinator before, and that would be preferential for me, and to be able to let him, you know, create and own the culture, the recruiting, just the way that side of the ball functions, and the ability for them to do the little things we're asking them to do to help us win football games.
All right, last one, Jim.
Coach, you kind of answered the question there, but from a philosophical standpoint, offensively, are you whoever you bring in? Are you going to let them pretty much have their own philosophy, or is it someone that you're looking at that you want to blend in with what you're seeing now?
Well, the things that aren't going to change, we got to run the football. You know, I believe in that in this conference. You know, and you got to be able to do that effectively. I want us to play with tempo. You know, that doesn't change to me. I think that's an important part of our identity here. And but I want us to be able to create explosive plays. I keep saying that. I've said that 1,000 times, and to me, that's just an area that we have to grow in, and really have to be able to do in both the run game and the pass game. You know, and so, but definitely, you know, being able to throw that football down the field and stretch the defense vertically. You know, we have guys that can do that, and I feel that that's something I know defensively gives us a lot of issues and creates a lot of challenges. And at the end of the day, you got to protect football. You know, that's not going to change. You know, you got to protect it, and that's something that we talk about all the time on both sides of football. Create takeaways on defense, and being able to protect it on offense. So those fundamental things to me are foundational. You know, how you get to that point, there are different ways of doing it, for sure. And you obviously hire guys that you know, have their certain style and certain identity, but you also, you know, to me, it's about fit. You know, I got to get a guy that fits our staff, that fits our, you know, culture, gets it fits the kind of guys that we have on our staff, kind of players that we have, and that believes that you build a team the way we're building our team here, and how you motivate and how you lead, and that's real important to me.
All right, thanks, Tom. We'll bring Kane up here.